Hi all, welcome to 405 East video on how to write a resolution paper while in committee. My name is Sydney Mulcarrick and I'm a junior at Lockport Township High School. Firstly, it's important to explain what a resolution paper really is. It's the shared goal for all committee members to form blocks, or groups of delegations with shared ideas, and create solutions to the problem at hand. The purpose of these papers is to address the problem with a creative solution that's described in very specific detail. These solutions are first drafted as a working paper and then formed into resolution papers. Working papers must be submitted to the dais where they are then officially called resolution papers or directives. The heading of each paper should include the committee name, sponsors, signatories, the topic of the committee, and the name of the paper without any acronyms. For each paper, there will be sponsors and signatories who will sign on working papers. Sponsors are those who help draft the paper and will present it. Signatories may have also helped draft the paper, but will not be presenting it and solely want to see the paper presented. Each conference and committee will be different with how many maximum sponsors a paper may have and how many minimum signatories a paper may have. If someone asks you to be a signatory on their paper, you may not necessarily agree with it, but you just want to see it presented. It's common courtesy to be a signatory if asked. After the heading, there will be the preambulatory clause, commonly known as a preamb. Preambs recognize that there is a problem that needs to be solved, state the overall purpose of the paper, and set a precedent for all subsequent clauses. Preambs are the why of a paper. Most preambs will begin with a verb ending in ing, such as affirming or expressing, but some will begin with phrases such as aware of or guided by. Underlining your opening word is not required but recommended. Here is an example of what not to do. This paper talks about why it's important to solve world hunger. This clause does not begin with the proper opening word, is too broad to begin a paper effectively, and does not end with the proper punctuation. Here is what you should do. Stressing the importance of improving the current financial obstacles to providing as many people as possible with adequate food sources. After the preambulatory clause, operative clauses will follow. Operative clauses are numbered sequentially and call for a specific action. Operative clauses are the how of a paper. Actions may be vague, like calling for a negotiation, or explicit, like asking for funding from a certain non-governmental organization, or NGO. It's important to remember here that with all General Assembly committees, with the exception of the Security Council, resolution papers may only recommend actions. The Security Council is the only committee that can make a binding decision. Operative clauses will begin with the present tense verbs such as calls upon or emphasizes. Suboperatives will be lettered and flow from their parent operative. They will add specific information that completes the operative. Additional suboperatives to a suboperative may also be added and expressed with Roman numerals. Here is a bad example of an operative with a suboperative. Wants money to give to homeless people so they can eat food and gives people food as well. This operative clause is informal and does not really outline an actual solution. Who doesn't want to give money to the homeless? Here is what you should do. Calls upon the World Food Program for assistance and funding that will have uses such as building kitchens and homeless shelters. As for grammar, no chair will expect this to be perfect, so don't stress about it. When you're going from general to specific, like going from an operative to a suboperative, use a colon. When going from specific to general, such as going from a preamb to an operative, use a semicolon. If you're going between clauses of equal precision, like going from a preamb to a preamb, use a comma. When you end the entire resolution, use a period. Again, this is not important, but it's the way the real UN formats their papers, and it's helpful to know. Remember, be realistic in your resolutions. No one wants to hear that we should invent a device that can spawn food for the starving. It's not realistic, at least not in this decade. Be comprehensive, but also specific. It's ideal to have an overarching theme that ties your whole paper together while still creating specific suboperatives. Also, remember to use relevant NGOs that may help fund your legislation idea. No resolutions come without a cost. Additionally, chairs and fellow delegates like to hear of fun acronyms that refer to a paper. These make papers easily identifiable and keep committee interesting. What should you take away from this video? Resolution papers are the end goal of committee that outlines a potential solution to the problem at hand. As for writing the paper, remember who, why, and how. Who refers to the sponsors and the signatories that will be found in the heading of the paper. Why refers to the preambulatory clauses that will state the reasoning for creating a paper. How refers to the operative and suboperative clauses that add detail and specificity to the paper as a whole. Thank you all for watching 405 East's video on how to write a resolution paper. We hope it helped you. You can help us by leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. If you'd like further help, please feel free to check out our website, 405east.com. Thanks for watching.